All right. So I recommend her songs as a great way to start a morning routine, a morning meditation. If you are somebody who hasn't implemented that in your life, I truly believe that it is the core essence of starting to tap into alignment of who am I, why am I here, what is my purpose here, and I believe that that's what life is all about. I don't believe that life is about doing all the things, checking all the boxes, and then dying. I believe it's about being fulfilled. It's about adding value to other people's lives. It's about being the best version of yourself in those roles as wife, mother, friend, businesswoman, whatever roles you choose to take on in your life. So when you start your day with some form of tapping into self and to God and your creator and, being still and quiet, it can really help you tap into everything that is in store for you going forward. So highly recommend her stuff, and we begin every single call. So today, the context of how this call will work is we begin season 5 of her playbook next Tuesday. So I can't believe it feels like we just wrapped up another season. It feels like we just wrapped up the last season. And the Who is Tony Jones. I was playing her song before we opened up the call, so I was just letting everybody know. So Tony Jones is who I was talking about. One second, I'm just going to mute everyone. And then you guys can unmute yourself when it's your time to share. So the way that this call will work is I'm going to run it similar to how I would run a call if you were in her playbook, the program. And then I'm going to give the details of what her playbook is, what it's all about. And I'm going to share with you what it would look like if you stepped in with us. And then I will open it up for any questions and things like that. So the first part of this call will be interactive. If you came and you weren't prepared for that, I totally understand, but I definitely want you to get the full gist of what you're in store for. So we're going to do a little mini activation to start us out, and then we'll go into some details. I am like getting a little cough attack all of a sudden, so bear with me. Okay, so first things first, I always open us up with prayer because I am not the guru. I am not the master. I'm not your savior. You are. Everything that I could possibly teach you, it only can work if you apply it and if it comes, into your beingness and into your ways of being, your habits, your daily choices. So that being said, I like to call in a power greater than us, whatever that is that you believe in. I believe in God, Jesus Christ. And so I do pray in that regard, but I believe God is universal. And so we will just invite our creator into this space because, again, we are not here for me. We're here for you and why you're here on this earth. So I'm going to open us up and then we will dive in. So God, I come to you today on this beautiful Tuesday, and I just give you so much reverence and gratitude for life. I thank you that we woke up with breath in our lungs, God. I thank you that we're privileged enough to be able to log on to social media or Zoom or technology, and that we're privileged enough to have the privilege of wanting a better life, God, because there's people on this planet who are just trying to survive today, whether it's through war or famine or natural disasters, God. There's so much turmoil in this world, God, that I'm just grateful that we are so privileged. And so I just ask that you drop into our hearts today, God. And remind us of our privileges. Remind us that this is a gift. This is a blessing to be able to say, hey, I'm good, but I want to be better. And to have that privilege, but to whom much is given, much is required, God. And in our country, if you even have a roof over your head, you are privileged. If you have technology and a phone, you are extra privileged, God. So I just ask that each and every one of us will just come to this present moment, that we will come from a place of gratitude, from a place of openness, and from a place of worthiness to receive, God, because each and every one of us are worthy to step into the abundance that you've called for us. We wouldn't be on a call such as this if we didn't feel some something calling us forward to something greater than what we have. And I believe that those of us who are being called to greater are required to be in service and to pay that forward, God. So I just pray in advance for each and every one of the souls that have gone on to this call, or the people who are logging on to Instagram, that regardless of if they see it to be a fit to work with me and to join her playbook, God, that they will wake up to their full potential and to where you're calling them, because we know that you're calling them somewhere. I just ask that you speak through me, God, that you just give me the discernment to see and hear things that maybe aren't even being said, but just that you want to be known, so that we can accomplish why you have us here together, all together today in a time such as this, because we know we could be anywhere. I just ask that you remove my ego, my pride. Of course, I have an agenda. I have a vision. I have expectations. I have desires. But at the end of the day, this isn't about me. This is about what you have in store for us, and what each and every one of these ladies is desiring. So I just ask that you'll soften our hearts, open our minds, remove distractions, and allow us to be present in this time together and receive today, whatever it is that we came for. I pray that we have no judgment, that we have no shame, no fear, that we can just be bold and use our voices and step into our power even just today. We thank you. We praise you in advance. In Jesus' name, amen. All right. So let's dive in. What I would love to do before we do anything is I would love to go around, and of course, if you're on Instagram, feel free to pop this in the chat. If you're just joining us, we are doing our orientation call for her playbook. So this is just a great way to get to know who is here and how her playbook will work. So if you're not on camera, hopefully you're still able to come off of mute, but I would love to go around. For the sake of time, I'm just going to popcorn and call your name based on how I see you on the screen. And I would love for you to just say your name. You matter. You get to be seen. You get to be here fully. So say your name and share what it is that you came here today for. What is it that you're interested in? Is there something specific you're wanting to work on? And I understand that this is an open call, so you may not feel comfortable going super deep. So if you have something really personal happening, you don't have to share that if you're not comfortable with it, but you maybe just can say, I've got some things going on that I'm really looking for accountability, or I'm looking for, coaching, or Crystal's podcast resonates and I'm always hearing about communication and I would love to have better communication. So whatever it is that's calling you into the space today, you could share that. Again, if you're on social media, you can pop it in the chat. So I'm going to start with Cheryl, and then I'll move around the screen and then we will go from there. Oh, you're muted. Sorry, I muted everybody. Still, hold on. Let me see if I can unmute you. Okay. There you go. Now we can hear you. Hi.
Happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday.
I'm Cheryl, and I am the mama probably of the group again, but I'm on here because I can't wait to dive deeper into me and learn more and be a better me.
Yeah, I love it. I love that you're back. I love people who come back, because it's just a reminder that this work is never, ever done. And there's always a new layer. So welcome back. I'm happy to have you. Next, I'm going to go to Alexandria Davis, if you're able to come on.
Hi, I'm Alex. I'm currently at work right now. I'm a social worker at a high school. And I wanted to start this because I feel like I am always looking at the potential of others. And it's time for me to look at the potential of myself. And for many years now, I've been feeling like God has a bigger purpose for my life. And I've had many different opportunities, and I have lots of ideas and a vision, but I just feel kind of stuck. And I have a lot of obstacles in my life too that I feel like are preventing me from being my full potential. So I just think I need some assistance in that area.
Yeah. I love it. I'm going to be taking little notes into the chat, guys. So just so I like to repeat what I'm hearing you all say. So thank you for sharing, Alex. I'm happy you're here, and such a good place to do everything that you just shared. So you're in good hands. Welcome. Okay, I'm coming over to Athena. It looks like you're rocking a little baby. Hi.
Hi, yes, I'm rocking my little boy. Sorry, I look crazy right now, but um, I am Athena. I am a mom of 3 boys. I am a wife, and I want to remember Athena the singer, Athena the choreographer,
Ooh,
and I need to tap back into me as a person again and remember I'm not just a mom, wife, and maid. So I actually I'm teamed up with Coco, and I remember her having you on a call with us, and ever since then I've listened to your podcast, and I was like, this girl is speaking to me. I need to pay attention to her.
yeah.
So I wanted to tap back in with you.
That's awesome. Yeah, I'm happy here. I love that call that I was on. There was so much fire and energy in that space. Coco is incredible. She'll be in, I don't know if she'll be around in her Playbook calls, but she's still in the community. She does Cloud9, which is the program that we offer after her Playbook. So I'm happy that you're stepping into this space. And oh my gosh, that's the epitome of why her Playbook was born, because I wanted to make sure that I never lost Crystal amongst being, wife and mom and even business,
Yes.
all the things. So totally feel you, have totally been in communities where I'm right there rocking my baby and nursing and doing all the things. So I just honor you and see you for being committed to yourself in that way. So that's awesome. Welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, Emma, I'm coming to you. Are you able to come on?
Hi.
Hi, hold on. Let me see. For some reason it won't let me spotlight you. I think just because you're not interested. So, go ahead. How are you today?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm awesome.
So my name is Emma. I'm 21 and I just had a boy a year ago on Christmas. So I felt like the transition from like my college life to being a mom and not being able to like go out and do all the things that my other peers are doing has been kind of challenging. So kind of getting a hold of the transition with that, as well as making the time for myself, and definitely communication with my significant other.
Yeah, I love it. I love that about congratulations on the baby and all the babies in the space. But yeah, I love the dynamic of this program because we go so deep on you as the person, it fulfills what I believe is the most fulfilling thing, which is to know yourself. I believe the more we know ourselves, the closer we are to God, and the closer we are to God, the more we learn ourselves. And so it's like really deepening this relationship with your soul. And when you do that, then everything you touch gets to expand: your businesses, your relationships, your friendships, all the things, and your parenting. And I know that's just a beautiful thing. So I love that everything you listed, whether it's communication, returning to yourself, handling the transition of being a new mom, a young mom, all of that can be addressed with the work that we're about to embark on. So I'm just so excited that you're saying yes to yourself and investing yourself, and especially so young. Like, gosh, if I had this work when I was 21, I mean, it's such a beautiful thing to see it. So I honor you for putting yourself in that place. So yay, happy you're here.
Thank you.
Yeah. Tahira, are you able to come on and share?
Yes, I can. I'm multitasking. Hi, my name's Tahira, and I did the vision board workshop and had the call last week and found out about the orientation today. So I wanted to see what it was all about. So also a wife, also a mom. I have my own business. I'm a life coach for teen girls, and yeah, happy to be here and be poured into instead of being the one pouring in.
Yes, I was just gonna say, be the one poured into. Yeah, I was just gonna say every coach needs a coach, and that person that they can kind of unravel to, or that community that they can feel safe just, saying, hey, I'm human too. I have self-doubt, I have fear, I have, overwhelming moments, I have all the things that we all deal with. And those of us who do this work with others, it doesn't mean that we don't get to be fed. So I love that that, and that's a true leader. A true leader is someone who understands that your work is never done, so on yourself. So welcome. I'm happy you're here. I love seeing you at all the things. So yay. Let's see, Tiffany D, are you able to come on and share?
Yes, I am.
Girl.
Hold on. Did it pop up?
Yes.
Okay. Hey, Crystal, how are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. Hi, ladies. I'm actually a repeat customer, I guess we could say. I just did her playbook and it was completely transformational. So I'm just back to continue making myself a priority without guilt and just being a better wife, mom, and becoming a businesswoman. So anyone who's just on the fence, you should do it because it was amazing for me. Yes.
Yeah. Thank you for sharing. And I'm so excited you're back in whatever capacity. And it's funny because I was actually thinking about you yesterday. I was going to text you I know you may not be ready to step into cloud 9, but I hope you come back to her playbook. So this is like music to my ears that you're on today, because just the things that we can still accomplish here in this space are so much. And when I talk to you and I hear how much you gained from last season, I'm like, I cannot wait to see what you do this season and what new layers you shed and all that. So back for more, I'm going to say. I love it. Thank you for sharing.
You're welcome.
Back. All right, Kanisha, are you able to come on and share? Hello. Oh, you're muted. There we
You
go.
guys see me?
Yep.
Okay. I look a little rough. Sorry, I work from home. I'm actually at work right
You
now. I
look
just stepped away.
perfect. You look perfect. Welcome.
I just got the DM from you to get on here, so I just wanted to see what it was all about. I can piggyback off of everybody. I am a wife. I am a mom of 2 under 2.
Ooh, God bless you.
And I am a businesswoman also. I am a wardrobe stylist. So I think me getting on here is to, like Alexandria said, I always see the good in everyone else. Now it's time to just do things for me and not feel bad about it. And also getting back into my business, being pregnant. I had my son in 2020, just had my daughter in 2021. I just kind of put my business on the back burner and just kind of forgot about me, I guess, and went into mommy mode, and it's about my kids. It's not about me anymore. But I want to get back into that. Finding, I guess, people who have the same things going on as me, like being a mom. All my friends aren't married, not in relationships. They're living single lives, don't have kids. So they kind of don't understand. So they don't invite me out and stuff like that. So yeah, basically just guess getting a whole new, not life, but I guess being around people who can understand me to push me more into doing what I want to do, and not feeling like, well, do I have a support system outside of my husband? And just finding me again. I mean, I had to 360 my life when I met my husband because what he does. So I'm a pastor's wife. So
yes, that's
it was a lot.
Yeah, that's a huge responsibility. And I just want to put a PSA out for all of our single friends. We like to be invited out. Okay, so please no. But I feel you, girl. Like I feel you of just like that feeling of still wanting to feed that. I notice I gravitate towards a lot of my single friends because I want to feed that energy of Crystal outside of wifey mom. You know, like when us moms get together for the play dates, we end up talking a lot about like, yeah, they're doing this, that, and you know, where do you go for this? And we talk all about the mom stuff and the wifey stuff. And sometimes it's nice to just let your hair down and get out of that element. So to all of our single friends, you can still invite us. We still enjoy stepping out from time to time. And it's amazing when you can come into contact with other women who, like you, are wife, mother, businesswoman, all the things, and feel very supported in that as well. So you're in the right place for sure. I'm glad that you caught the message and were able to hop on. So welcome.
Thank you. Me too.
Yeah, you're welcome. All right, I'm coming over to Virginia. Are you able to come onto video and share?
Hey guys.
Hi.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
All right. Hey, I'm Virginia, like Crystal said, and I also got a DM, and so I just hopped on to kind of just check everything out. But also, I can piggyback off of everybody. I'm a wife, mom of two, just had my second baby at the end of November. So, you know, just kind of looking, I won't say to get back to who I was before kids, because I know I'm a whole different person now, right? And so just kind of discovering the new things about me, the new things that I like, and who I am, who God has called me to be in this season. Like the young lady said before, you know, just having to redo my whole life based off what my husband does as a collegiate football coach. So we kind of hop around, we move a lot, you know what I mean? So with kids and the dynamic shifting from working to staying home has been a big thing for me. So just kind of navigating this new space that God has me in. And yeah, that's why I'm here. So
I love it. I love it. All the wifeys that are just holding down the forts and doing all the things. I recently went to a baby shower. It wasn't a baby shower, it was a blessing way, but it was to celebrate a new mom. And it was called From Maiden to Mother. And it just reminded me like how that is a huge transition. You know, I didn't have like a reverent ceremony of like honoring, saying goodbye to my maiden before I stepped into motherhood. I just stepped into motherhood, and you do die to a part of yourself. And it's a beautiful thing of what you step into, but there's always that maiden inside of us that's craving to be, you know, the woman we were before we stepped into mothers and wives. And I love that about the work that we do in this community is it's all about you. So it's like that outlet where you get to just learn what makes you tick, who are you, what are you into? And it's not in a selfish way, it's just in a fulfilling way that fills your cup so that you can go throughout the rest of your days and times, you know, feeding into the other people. So welcome. I'm happy that you got the message. Yeah, I was trying, you guys. I anytime I'm like on social and I see people that just catch my eye in some form of way, I like save you and I like just say, I want to work with them. I want to get to know what they're up to. And so whenever we're doing stuff like this, I try to reach out and just give you, because I know analytics and everything, people don't always see my posts and stuff. So I'm glad you saw it. I believe it's divine order. Welcome. All right, I'm gonna come to you, Autumn. Are you able to share?
Hi, yes, I am.
Hi.
Hi.
Good to see your beautiful face.
I'm sick with COVID. So I wish I looked terrible, but I've been following you now online for a while, and it's just, you're always just so captivating. And I just know there's a lot of areas in my life that I would like to improve just as a woman. I am single, I'm childless, but I just feel like there's so much that I can learn. And I just wanted to pop in today to just learn more about what it is that you're actually doing in this program.
Yeah, awesome. Well, welcome, and sending you healing vibes. I'm over here coughing. I'm like, I gotta take my little rapid test. I was traveling, so prayerfully I'm good. But
yeah.
Yeah, so I honor you for showing up in the midst of that and not letting it, you know, keep you out of this opportunity to get more of, you know, learning about yourself. So that's amazing. I see a lot of my beautiful team on here. There's one more person that, before I go to you ladies, there's one more person that's just titled iPhone. I'm going to pin you. And if you're able to come on, I don't know who you are, but we'd love to hear from you. There you are. Oh, it's you. Hi. Wait, you got to unmute.
Hi.
Hey, girl.
Yeah, excited when I read your email about this. I was lucky enough to be in her playbook, I believe, the last season. And I got so much from it. It really just grounded me personally. Different perspectives. And every time I come, I feel more like myself, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I caught up in like all this extra.
Yeah.
So I am a mother. I'm an entrepreneur. I have the Beauty Plug by Maria where I do facials. I have my little 4-year-old. Yeah, I'm excited to be here. And I was so excited to read your email because I'm actually getting into a new relationship.
Yay. I need to come get my facials. So I can get the rundown. I haven't seen you in forever.
Oh my gosh, I cannot wait to have you. But yeah, when I read it, I was like, it definitely spoke to me. I think I messaged you right away.
Yeah, I was so excited to see your text.
Yeah. So I'm excited to be here, and I love these. Like, this always makes me feel so like my best self, not just myself, but like the person I'm chasing to be, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah, your higher self, I'm gonna say. I love it. Thanks for coming on, Maria. I was like so happy to see your text. I love when people return back and come back for more because there's so much here for everybody, and it warms my heart, and I love this community. So I am cheeky that you're here. Okay, so I just want to acknowledge, did I miss anyone? I scrolling through, I think I got everyone. I don't know if anyone joined in late, just speak up. But I just want to acknowledge, I'm going to pin them. Charlotte and Sarita and Tasha. These ladies have been on my team in different capacities and also have been participants in some way of my programs. And so I think it's amazing that they loved the work so much that they wanted to come back and be a part of supporting me in supporting all of you ladies. So throughout the time that you're in her playbook, if you decide to step in, these are some of the ladies that will be helping. So Charlotte, do you want to say anything or add anything? I would love, I can go on a speech of just how amazing each of these ladies are, but if you want to just say any 2 cents quickly, I'd love to acknowledge you.
Hi. Yeah, I've been working with Crystal for most of I think all of her playbook seasons. I participated and have just been in the realm of Crystal for a while now. So I know how powerful the work is. And it's just a program that you won't get anywhere else. So that's all. Happy to be here.
And so she wouldn't say this, but she's pretty much the backbone of everything that you guys get from me, from emails to links to just everything. And so she's very humble, but she is a major part of how we're able to make this boat float. So thank you, Charlotte. Tosh, you want to go?
Yes. Hi, good morning. I second everything Crystal said about Charlotte. She is literally the backbone of this everything, keeps everything organized and together. But I'm really excited to be on this call. I've been working on Crystal's team for a while now, and I haven't been able to participate in every season of her playbook, but I know how powerful just this community is, and each group of women is always really unique and contributes something really special to each season. And my favorite part of it is the community and all the people you get to meet and build sisterhood with. And from behind the scenes, I've just seen how much work Crystal has been putting into herself to provide you all with the best community and the best version of herself to help you up level your lives. So I'm excited to be here and to support you guys and to be part of this just magic that Crystal's making.
Yes, and Tosh is also a major body part of the boat and the ship and the operation. So she's been with me the longest, and any events that I've done, she's a part of them. I just came back from a retreat in Tosh. I'm like, oh my God, we have to come in person. Although there was just, that fear of just oh, COVID is ruining everything, which is why we're doing so much online. But oh gosh, I'm craving to get back in person. And and
Me
create
too.
magic. So Tosh has done a lot. She also is such a pivotal, she's like the heartbeat of the business, and she is just always showing up. So thank you, Tosh. And yeah, I'm gonna turn it to Sarita before we transition. So Sarita, hi, I'm happy to see you.
Hey guys, I actually just saw that you were live, and so I saw it on live and then hopped on Zoom. So hey guys, it's so nice to see some familiar faces. It definitely just goes to show, like, even if you've done this program before, there's always something to learn. So I did the program about a year ago now, actually this exact season last year. And I've seen so much growth in myself, in my relationship as a mom. I've opened my own business. I'm actually starting another business venture with my partner. So if you're looking for a place to like grow, you're definitely in the right place. So I love Crystal. I'm a huge just supporter no matter what, in any capacity that I can be. So I will always be on. And if you guys have any questions about my experience or anything like that, feel free to ask. I'm a totally open book. And yeah, I'm just excited to see all of you guys here. Thank you for having me, Crystal.
Yeah, thank you. And Sarita, you guys may have heard her reaching out to you. I know she's always got eyes in the field of like, this girl looks like she'd be a great fit, or have you talked to her? And she just really has been able to help us to really pick the women that get to come into this space, because I think that that's very important. Like when I first started, it was more of like, if you were willing to pay and sign up, I was willing to have you come in. But then I learned that the type of people who come matter. And so many of you guys, you may have gotten outreach from me or maybe word of mouth. And that's really important, because I realized that we're coming here to be surrounded with powerful women who inspire us and make us feel like we can conquer the world. And if we have certain people that are not about that life, it can like tarnish the experience. And so, thank you, Sarita, for all your work. And she stepped in and did a lot of the stuff that Charlotte was doing when Charlotte was on maternity leave. So all of last season was pretty much, held together by her and Tosh. And that was just really amazing to see how our team just came together. We rallied, we made it happen. And I love that you guys got to share, because I think it is important to showcase what, like, number one, what you're investing in. It like, when it comes to paying to be a part of her playbook, it's not just something that it's like you're putting money in my pocket. Like there's women who are investing their skills, their time, their energy to bring what we're giving you. And so you can also feel really like proud that you're supporting other businesses. There's 3 women on the screen, including myself. When you join her playbook, you're also supporting 3 businesses, and Black businesses at that. So I think that's pretty cool as well. So thank you, ladies, for sharing. Thank you for being on. It was a treat for me because I didn't know that you all would be on today. So I'm excited to see you. So what I'm going to do, I see Regina came on. Would you like to share, Gina? We just went around and introduced ourselves and said why we are logging on, what we're here for. So if there's anything you'd love to share, I would love to hear. It's a treat to see you here today.
Hello, ladies. Hi. I'm actually coming in from a very brisk walk and I happened to see your text come through. So shout out to your tech team that's putting things in place.
And wait, shout out to you for giving us the idea. Remember when you texted me, you're like, I don't know. Yes. I know it was a different platform, but you definitely inspired that. So thank you.
Awesome. But 1, I came in out of curiosity. But 2, I was actually hoping you would ask for testimony. I wasn't part of her playbook, but I was part of, way back in the day, the Fox Project, or it was Foxy something. I just remember red lipstick. And it was during a time where I had left my 13-year career, was trying to figure out, who I wanted to be as a stay-at-home mom, because I was very rigid and set on what role and box I needed to fit into. As a result of that, I've created, consulting part-time. I still stay at home. I even went on to become a CEO in nonprofit. But what really resonated with me is finding out what made me tick. And I think it was a combination of, your coaching and therapy as well, 2 very separate and different things, things, but I think both I benefited from in a really great way as a mother or wife. You know, I keep talking about roles, but in essence, it just really helped me figure out what I loved, what I liked, something that I never stopped to think about because I was always putting myself into a box where my efforts had to have certain outcomes and to be very not accepting in a way and not in a form of settling, but more content with understanding who I am and what I wanted, and then letting my roles fall into that area, if that makes sense.
Yeah. And I mean, I to this day am like just always so passionate. I get so connected to everybody's visions, and like Gina's is one of them, and like just the things that she wants to do and the things that she's doing in the world, that you're just so powerful. So I love having women like you in this community. So when I saw you pop in, I'm like, oh my gosh, what a treat. So thank you for sharing I know you're here for curiosity, so maybe you'll join us. Her playbook is definitely different than Fox Project, but Fox Project was the starting point of what has evolved to Her Playbook. So it definitely has some of the remnants of that. And so everything you experience, it's like that times even more. So I'm happy you're here. Thank you for sharing. So I think that that's a great segue of just really touching on what is Her Playbook and, you know, the details of it. And I love how Gina shared, like, just it's great to come in and get to know what makes you tick, and to be in that community and in that space to kind of get that courage to step into that. And so just a little bit about me and why I do this work, why I'm committed to this, why I love Her Playbook, why I love this community, is because my philosophy or belief, or what I stand for in the world, is that as human beings, we are meant to live in our highest state. And so it doesn't mean we're meant to do, not everyone wants to be a world changer like me, or like other people that are like out to like literally impact millions of people, but in our own ways, we all have a unique desire to be the best version of ourselves. And that's different for all of us. And whether it's being the best mom, like for me, like a lot of my self-development just was born out of realizing that I didn't want to reparent my kids some of the ways that I was parented, that not all of it worked. And when I started learning about childhood trauma, I was like, holy crap, I've already ruined half of my kids. Let me unlearn these things. So a lot of what we do in Her Playbook is actually unlearning of conditioning and programming that we have from our parents or our upbringing or society. And it's not to say that our parents are bad. Our parents are amazing. In many cases, in most all cases, they did their best, but it doesn't mean that it didn't do us a disservice in some of the ways. And so I am here to just wake people up to the possibility of what being in your highest self looks like, because like Gina said, so many of us get so in autopilot of doing all the things. I'm a wife, I'm a mother, I'm a businesswoman. Even if you're single and you have no kids, humans know how to fill their calendars. We know how to stay busy. We know how to constantly be on the go. And if you can relate to that, then you know that it may have a hard time slowing down and saying, wait, what do I really want to do? And you, in the back of your head, always have this thought of like, one day I'm going to do this. And I believe that today is always that day. It's always a choice. Nothing is going to change to make you unbusy until you choose to be unbusy. You choose to prioritize yourself and your alignments and your purposes and your passions. And sometimes we don't do that because we don't know what they are. And then sometimes, on the other hand, we know what they are and we're afraid of them and we avoid them like the plague because we're actually afraid of stepping into our power. And that's where I fall on the spectrum. When all the coaching that I receive, it's because I have these big visions, but they scare me to death. And what I truly want to do in my highest, I'm like, how could I do that? There's no way I could do that. There's no way that I'm worthy. There's no way that I could ever impact that many people, blah, 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 blah. And all the voices in my head take me out and they cause me to play small. They cause me to self-sabotage. They cause me to get out of my routines. How many of you can relate to starting something and then stopping, stopping, or I'm going to start Monday. I'm going to start in the new year. I'm going to start tomorrow. And, you know, that's, I feel like an issue with many of us. And so all of those different elements, what I believe what Her Playbook does is it's a 12-week program where you come in and you get to just give yourself 90 minutes a week, and maybe a little more, because that's 90 minutes for the call. And then you also want to have time for like the modules and stuff. And I'm going to pull up a share screen and go over some logistical things with you guys in a moment. But basically, I just wanted to give the verbal heart of it. And the part of it it was birthed from my own life experience. I believe that people will not make change because your brain is wired to keep you safe, and safety is not discomfort, and discomfort comes when there's change. So even if your life is, paycheck to paycheck, or not being able to pay for the desires of your heart, like travel or a home you desire, or a car, or a lifestyle, or maybe it's being in a relationship you desire, whether you're single, you could improve what you're in, whatever it is that you're wanting, in order to get different results than what you have right now today, you have to change something about you. We always think it's, well, when my money gets better, then when my kids get older, then when I have a babysitter, then when I finish school, then when I get out of this job, then we always have this if-then syndrome, but it's never the thing outside of us that has to change. It's always something inside of us. So when that inside piece changes, then you'll start to be like, I'm ready to leave this job, or, oh my God, all of a sudden I'm attracting more money, or wow, me and my husband or my man are communicating different. And it's always that something in you. But the thing is that most of us don't know what that thing is, because we can't always see ourselves. And so I think of her playbook as a big mirror. And not only are you going to be mirrored by the people around you, if you haven't already seen the mirror, it's here. There's people in here who said so much where I'm sure you were like, oh my gosh, me too. So you have a mirror by the women who you're surrounded with, who are in the same shoes as you, who can relate to having the same similar things as you. And there's going to be brave souls who speak up, and you're going to be like, wow, I didn't know that other people went through that. I didn't know other people were like that, which is a lot of why a lot of people gravitate to me, because I say everything. And so then a lot of people gravitate because they're like, wow, I'm not the only one who does or thinks like that, right? So it's a big mirror. And then you're mirrored by doing all the work and the exercises that we do, which I'll touch on in just a moment. Because of the sake of time, what I would love to do is I want to just take a moment, because one thing I wanted to do differently with this orientation, if you've been on any other orientations, I've never run them like this. They're always detail oriented, logistic oriented. But here's what I know. The program mechanic doesn't matter. It's very simple. It's module based. It's Zoom based. It's, the content's going to come. What matters is you making the choice. What matters to me today is we have, there was up to like 15 people on here, and we've got people on Instagram. What matters to me today is that you have what you need to make a strong, solid decision, or a choice rather, to step into saying yes. Because the biggest hurdle you're facing right now is getting your foot in the door. If you're not already signed up financially, I'm telling you right now, when you get the price and you have the link and you're ready to go, there's going to be something that takes you out if you're not deeply, deeply connected to why you need this now more than ever. Because if it's just a casual thing that you're like, yeah, I'll try it. Like, oh, I saw your post, I just wanted to hop on casually. If you're casual, I guarantee you're not going to casually be like, yeah, I'm going to invest, a couple $1,000s to do this. You just won't. That money could go towards so many other things. I hear every time money is the number one thing that stops women from stepping in. But I can attest, and anyone who's on here who's been through the program before can attest, that it is the best investment you could ever make. So what I want you to do is we're just going to take a moment, and I want you to just close your eyes. And as you close your eyes, I want you to just breathe into the present moment. And I want you to just, I want you to imagine the breath as it comes in your nose and out your mouth, like just breathing in the present moment, being grateful that you woke up today, being grateful that you are able to be on a call such as this. And I want you to just take in the lyrics of this song and just start to anchor in and imagine, why are you here? Like, I know you just said why you're here, but I really want you to dig deep into your soul and ask yourself, why would God have had Crystal DM you today? Or why would God have you see my post when you saw it to be on this? Why would God have had you resonate with the email that you got or being on Instagram just right now? Why are you here? Like, really, if today was your last day to live your life, what are you leaving on the table? I want you to start anchoring in, if her playbook were the answer to you having the life that you truly desire, what is that? And so just start to breathe it in and get connected to it, because that's what we don't do. We stay so busy that we don't connect with what it is that we truly desire. And so just take a moment to breathe it in your nose, out your mouth, and just start to connect in your heart with why you're really here. And as that comes to an end, I want you to, if you have a pen and a paper, I want you to just take a moment to write down what's coming up for you. If you were to die today, literally, if you didn't have another day of life and this was your last day, or even if you want to just say, I actually like it better if this was your last year. Let's put it like that. If 2022 were your last year on earth and you knew you were going to expire on January 18th, 2023, what is it that you want to do differently? Do you want to parent different? What is it that you want your kids to remember about you? Do you want them to, for me, when I woke up to this realization, when I started investing in staying in community like this and staying accountable to people who inspire me to be my better self, it was because I didn't want to be remembered for yelling at my kids all the time because I was so frustrated and overwhelmed. I didn't want to be remembered for not playing with my kids because I didn't have time because I was too busy working to make money. I didn't want to be remembered for not accomplishing all of the many goals that I have. And so I want you to just take a moment, sit with this and write down for you, if 2022 were your last year on this earth before you expired, what are you leaving behind? What are you leaving unchanged that you've been wanting to change? Because something about having sense of urgency causes us to shift. It really does. It causes us to shift our urgency and how we show up. And I'd love for you to just take a moment and write that down. And then as you're completing that, if anyone would love to share, I'd love to take a couple of shares before we jump into like the details and logistics of her playbook. And I'm also mindful of time. Her playbook is 90 minutes. We're not going to go the full 90 minutes today, but we probably will go another about, I'd say 15 minutes. So if you have to hop off at the hour, just know that you're going to want to watch the replay and just fast forward to the details. But again, the mechanics is not what's going to get you in the program. It really isn't. It's what you witness, the community, the possibility of being around other people, and it's what you're writing down right now. Like if you're not doing this exercise right now, then you're not going to have what you need to say, I'm ready to do this, because you're not going to be connected to why you're investing your money in a program such as this. So as you're writing it down, if there's anyone who wants to share anything, I'd love for you to come off of mute and share. I'm going to share with you guys as you're, actually, I'm not going to talk. I'm going to just give a moment of silence for you guys to wrap that up and write those things down. And then if anyone wants to share before we go into logistics. Okay, go ahead.
Well, ultimately, I truly believe that God did not have his son die on the cross for our sins, for us to just work. And just my family in general, we grew up in a place where if we don't have a 9 to 5, like, what are we doing? And just watching my grandparents to even my dad just spend all of his life working paycheck to paycheck just to get all of us by, and not seeing him be able to see his full potential and live his life truly just hurts me. And I want to be able to not only give that to my parents, but my sisters. I adopted both my nephews who were both addicted to heroin. I want them to know that they can do whatever it is that they want to do in life. But I know that first starts with me. And just given my role as a social worker, I am always giving to other people to a point where I don't even know what it means to give to myself. I have a lot of goals, but I realize that a lot of my goals involve helping others and serving others. And I ultimately want to be a server to others, but I want to know what it means to have goals that are just for me. And I just want freedom and to access my inner child, but the child of me that had no worries, not the trauma part of my life, which I have experienced a lot of that. But I truly just want to be someone that inspires others to know that they can be whatever it is that they inspire to be. And I want to lay my vision to the world that is generational and doesn't just stop when I do leave this world. And I want people to know that they are a superhero. And I feel like the way society is set up, especially in the Black and brown community, they're trying to make us seem like we can only go so far. And I want not only me, but people following me to know that you can go as far as you want to be, not as far as anyone else can tell you that you can go.
Amen.
That's what my year would look like.
Yeah. And I love your vision board behind you. That's awesome.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I can feel just there's so much inside of you that you want to do. Like I can just feel it. And I love like what you said in the very beginning, that you don't believe we were born to just work. And that's one of my favorite Bible verses is Matthew 6:25. And it's the one where God talks about like, do the birds worry about being birds? No, they just be birds. They're not out here worrying about what food they're going to eat. And he says, nor should we be worrying about, you know, our shelter, the roof over our head, the clothes on our back, the food that we eat. And I feel like if you think of why we work, it's because of survival. It's because we have bills to pay. It's because what are we going to eat today? How are we going to pay our bills? And I believe that when we shift our focus and we start to work from a place of service and alignment to why God created us, like meaning you're using your gifts, you're using your talents, you're using your visions, your desires, your purpose to impact the world, that's where the money comes from, that you're no longer working for a paycheck or a dollar and being broken and tired at the end of the day, but you're actually having more energy because you're nourished and fulfilled. And that's one of the visions that I stand for in the work that I do, even though I'm not a business coach and I'm not helping you necessarily directly with the business elements of it, which I can help with some, but like that's not the focus of her playbook. What you are getting is the 80% that actually matters in business, which is the mindset. It's the belief that you're worthy of doing this. It's the belief that you can do this. It's the belief, because society is so programmed of this work, you know, don't follow your dreams. No one has time for that. That when you start to break out of that system programming and you start to say, I want to do this, I want to chase my dreams, it's easy to get sucked back down and just believe it's not possible or to not see how it's possible. So when you start to tap into the inner child in this work, you free up and you bring her back. That's the why and play of her playbook. The why is youthfulness. And my goal of women who do this work is that you'll return to that inner child who is bold and resilient didn't take no for an answer, spoke their mind, was unfiltered, was authentic, was vulnerable, was present, was connected, was playful, was free. Children are all of those things, and still until they start getting bogged down by bills and, life happening and disbelief, right? And so the core element of her playbook is to bring that joy back and to bring that belief back. And when that belief comes back, you can conquer anything. So thank you for kicking us off and sharing that. That was amazing. I'm inspired. Does anyone else want to share? I know most of you guys aren't on camera, but did anyone have anything really profound come up for you while doing that exercise that you want to share?
I'll share.
Okay, go ahead.
Sorry, my sons are fighting.
That's okay.
Okay, please stop. Let mommy have a moment, please. Please, please, please. Yes. Mommy moment. Sorry, you guys. So one of the things that I had, babe, please. I'm sorry, you guys.
It's okay. I know how this goes.
Yes, I have a 5-year-old, a 4-year-old, and my baby's gonna be 1 on Friday. So they're very young and don't understand when mommy's on the phone.
Yeah, no, that they understand that's when they need you the most.
Yes, exactly. Okay, please stop for a second, please. So I can't my thing that I wanted to say, I kind of is piggybacking off of what she said last. Both my parents are immigrants. My dad was from Greece. He passed away when I was pregnant with my eldest. And my mom is from the Philippines. And so something that I always wanted, that I felt like I wanted to do was make them proud. And I felt like my dad passed away before I could do that. Please go to your room, please. And Odysseus, stop shooting him. They're shooting each other with Nerf guns. Please. Let me go hide real quick. But I'm so sorry, you guys.
He's fine to sit with you and talk with us. Maybe we can talk.
He's mad because his younger brother is shooting him with Nerf guns. You need to go lay down. No. They're 6, so okay. That's fine. No. Go lay down, please. I'm so sorry, you guys. But one thing that I really wanted to do was make my dad proud. And something that he was always really proud of me about was the fact that I was very much an empath and very good at helping people. And my eldest brother actually passed away from suicide. And so I want to make an impact on not just my kids, because my kids also have emotional issues just like I have, and it kind of runs in my family. And one thing I want to leave this world being proud of is that I made an impact on people and helping them feel better, and also helping myself while helping other people. So that had always been a goal for me. And I feel like my music had always been a big part of that. And after becoming a mom, my mind had been so crazy and I hadn't been able to really feel like I could write the way I used to write. And so getting back into music and really like putting what I want to say out there and not just what I feel like people want to hear is going to be something that I want to focus on this year. And that's what I want to leave the world with, is the beauty of music that really makes an impact on people.
Yeah, that's so beautiful. And I'm sorry for your losses of your dad and your brother. And I think it's so honorable that you want to honor them with with you passing things on into the world. So that's so beautiful. And I believe that that's what life is about. It's paying forward our pain in a way, and, creating it as our platform or our testimony. And I'm inspired. Like, I think of Tony Jones. Like, I don't know if you know her story, but she was a life coach, and she just was trying to do, not like, so for you, music is your thing, but I'm just sharing that like she's become a really amazing artist, and she didn't even think that that was her gift. And so it's anything is possible when it's in you and you see the vision and you just put the work towards it, you can do anything. But yeah, she was a life coach, and then she wanted to start creating like positive affirmations for her clients. So she started writing it and then just turned it into music. So I'm rooting for you. I think that this could be amazing for you to just get that space for you to have time in your brain for yourself, you know, and to be able to do that. So thank you for sharing what came up for you and for your heart to serve the world. That's incredible. Yeah. I'm going to take one more. Does anybody else want to share before I'm going to just go over a couple of details, like logistic details, and then we'll wrap it up for the day. But I just want to give space if anybody else wanted to share. Going once, going twice. Okay. So what I would like to do then is I'm going to share my screen, and what we're going to do is I'm just going to show you guys a little bit of like the more logistical side of things. And then I'll take any questions and we will call it a day. So let me just pull up this. All right, so okay, so I personally believe that it is a sign that you're here. There's no coincidence that you either got my DM today or you have been following me and you're on my email list or my text message list, and somehow you ended up on the call today. And so I just feel like we are so often looking for a sign, or we're looking for God to like answer our prayers and show us when it's time to start our music or go do all those things that we want to do in the world, or get back to ourselves, or get to know ourselves in the adjustment of our new season of life. But I truly, truly believe this to be true, almost as like an approvable statement that the time is always now. And of course, I believe in timing. Like there's certainly times that it really just isn't the case. But if you've made it this far in the call and you are considering to join us, I do believe that this is possibly a sign to just say yes. And so what are you saying yes to? Her playbook, is it a fit for you? Basically, first of all, as you can see, her playbook, I promote it to pro athlete wives, and that's just because that's a part of my story. But you don't have to be a pro athlete wife to do her playbook, and you don't have to be in a relationship. All you have to do and want is to have a good relationship with yourself and to want to be the best version of yourself. So it's for women who are looking for connection, community. They want to master their communication, not just with their partners, but with how they communicate their voice into the world. It is a group coaching program at that. And it's really to get you consistent. When you start to face yourself in the quote unquote mirror that I mentioned, and you start to look at what's holding you back, and you start to really give yourself permission to dream and want what you want, then you can start seeing things. And this is why vision boards work. This is why affirmations work. It's not the board. We all know the board doesn't do anything. It's the intention of saying, I'm giving myself permission to start pouring into myself once a week. Now that I'm doing that once a week, I'm giving myself permission to dream. And once you start dreaming, now all of a sudden you're going to start seeing those opportunities everywhere. And you might meet someone in the group that can say, oh, I'm going to connect you to such and such, or you might just be inspired by a story. So once you give yourself permission to play, then all the how starts to show up. The how does not show up until you do, which is why I tell people, if you're interested, just say yes, make the first payment, make it happen. I promise you, I know people are saving up for a house. I know people who are saving to pay off credit card debt. I know people who are, wanting to do all these things with their money, and they're like, I can't right now, or, money is just tight, or we only have one income, or I'm not working, or whatever the thing is. Most of the time it goes to money. And anytime I've had someone have a money story, it has always worked out, because money is a flow and money is just a tool. It is not bigger than the God we serve, and it's not bigger than our dreams and our desires. So once we commit to something, the the money flow has to expand to meet us where we're at. And that's just like a really cool way of looking at things to start to shake up your reality and make those shifts that you're looking for. So in her playbook, it's all about the acronym of play. And it's all, so the P is tapping into your passion, your purpose, what brings you pleasure, what gives you vision and your identity. So it's all about who am I as a person. The love is where we start to improve our relationships, our communication, because the thing with love is love conquers all. And that's a saying that is kind of overly used and not actually activated, but you're going to learn how to activate it. You're going to learn how to surrender to the ego and choose your highest self. And when you start to choose your higher self and you start to operate in love, love is the top vibration of energy, up there with abundance and gratitude. So when you start to have a gratitude and you start to live from a place of loving your life, loving the people in it, and loving where you're going more than the desire to focus on drama and the past and the pain and all the things, that's when something shifts in your life and things start to change. So love is a secret ingredient, and it is a huge part of what we do. And then the awareness piece is the activator. Once you become aware, like you don't know what you don't know. So right now you don't know what you don't know. But once you start doing the work, and once you start stepping into learning and doing the exercises and identifying like, oh, wow, I never knew that's why I respond like that. Or, oh, wow, I didn't realize that started when I was a kid. Or, oh my gosh, I had no idea that this was a belief that I was operating from. When you are aware, when you know better, you start to do better. So awareness is where you can start to communicate different. It's where you can start to operate different. It's where you can start identifying where your time is getting lost, all the different things. So awareness is everything. And you're going to go through different tools that are going to teach you different forms of awarenesses. And then the why, that's where the confidence comes in. Youthfulness. Youthfulness is returning to that little girl when she was powerful, when she was bold, when she was unapologetic, when she was not going to take no for an answer, when she had vision, when she had laughter, when she had freedom, when she was uninhibited. That's the woman that it's going to require for you to chase the dreams, for you to go start that business, for you to be consistent, for you to have boundaries in your relationships, for you to meet the friends that you want to actually be friends with. It takes confidence. It takes self-awareness. It takes self-love. And so that's kind of like the recipe of the program. The more logistics of how it works is when you sign up, you're going to get a welcome email. You're going to fill out your onboarding survey, and then you're going to get access to our programming where the modules are. So every week a new module will open up and you'll have a training video. This is so that you can watch the trainings on your time. The live calls are going to be like what we created today. So the format of the call is very much like what we did today. The only difference is I'm going to do some coaching in there. You guys will have the module context so that you're going to come to the call with questions. You'll have had your homework from the week before. So let's say you know, one of your assignments was to go do XYZ, then you'll be like, oh, well, I didn't do it. And then maybe there's coaching around, well, what came up for you? What got in the way? Why didn't you do it? Because that's why you're here. Because when we don't have accountability, we don't do things and then we just put them off. But if someone's calling you forward, then you're going to be more accountable to actually get things done. So this 3-month window is a great opportunity. And that's why I love the January one, because it's the top of the year and you get to ride the momentum of having accountability with all your goals, all your visions, all your dreams and desires. And you get to be like, you have this quantum magnifying glass of accountability because you are putting yourself on the line with the things you want instead of just hiding. So we go over things like you're going to start with a physical assessment where you're just like identifying you as a whole being. What are the different elements of me as a person? You know, like my health, my mindset, my relationships, my social life, my money, my time, like all the different things that make up you. You're going to go dive into that so that you can find, okay, what's the major pain point that's causing the most distress in my life? And then we're going to go into vision of how do I want to change that? Who do I want to become? where do I want to go? So you'll start to cast vision, and then we'll go through the modules of healing and identity, where you start to identify those blind spots, and you start to really get underneath why you're not creating those visions on your own. And then growth and contribution is where you start to activate that. A lot of that takes place in Cloud 9, which is the next program that I do after her playbook, but we're setting you up to get to that place of, you know, all of you who shared, and I imagine many of you who wrote things down, you shared things that have to do with growing and contributing to the world, doing something to make other people's lives better. Well, guess what? You can't and won't do that if your life is in turmoil and your life is upside down and you're too busy and all the things. So then what happens is you create the space to start to be able to pay it forward. So what you're going to get is you're going to have the weekly live coaching just like this. It's 90 minutes a week every Tuesday. You'll have the weekly transformational module trainings, which will be on the module platform that you'll have access to. You'll have the workbook that will have all of the different exercises we do. And then you'll have the private Facebook group, which I'm creating Facebook hours this season. So what you'll do is if you have any additional questions, you can go in there, you can type it, you can go live. And then not only can your community chime in and support you, but I can support you as well. So don't take my word for it. I'm going to just kind of skip through this pretty quickly because we already did a lot of testimonials. You already heard from Tiffany, you heard from Maria. If you were on early on, you saw that Angelica logged in and chimed in and shared her experience. So, you know, there's plenty of women who have gone before you and who have gotten, and then you heard from Charlotte and Tasha and Sarita. So we've heard a ton of testimony. If you're just joining in late or you weren't here for that, you can always come back and watch it, but there's a ton of testimonies. Basically people love this work. They fall in love with themselves. I love, one of my favorite testimonies that I will read is my man says the same about me. Oh, well, that doesn't make sense. There's no context. But anyways, she says, thank you, Crystal. This changed my life. You need a Nobel Peace Prize. So I'm like, if someone's giving me like that honorable note, like, you know, the work we're up to is pretty profound. Many people say that they've done therapy for years, and this just catapults what they've been learning in therapy because there's a different energy. Coaching is very progressive, meaning your results, you're looking for results, right? So we focus on results versus just story time and how does that make you feel, which there's nothing wrong with that. I think therapy is amazing, but coaching is where you start to see the movement and the results. So I'm going to skip this. I mean, just basically in a nutshell, imagine if today was the day that everything changed and you got to step into all those things that you just wrote down in your journaling exercise that we just did. Imagine if you had the tools and you had the community and the accountability for 12 weeks to really just dive in and put yourself on the line. Now, what I do know is by putting yourself on the line, your subconscious wants to run right now. You're looking for every logical reason not to do it, but consciously you're like, oh my God, I need this, I want this. So I just want you to remember that people don't change, their choices do, meaning nothing in your life is going to come to fruition until you change what you're choosing to invest your time, your energy, and your money in. And my hope is that you'll invest it here. You'll step into her playbook and you'll be surrounded by amazing women, amazing coaching, and get major results. So the beautiful price and investment of her playbook with the coaching, the modules, the workbooks, the Facebook group is $2,997. But I promised that I was going to give you guys a major discount for being on today and for today only. And so I'm giving you guys the holiday price that we did. And so you're going to get it at, and I don't even, this has like old dates. I didn't update it for today's call, but you're going to get it at the holiday price. So you're going to get it for $2,000. Plus for today, the bonuses that I'm going to be giving are affirmation cards. So you'll get those in the mail. I know everyone loves something tangible. You're getting $1,000 off. So instead of it being almost $3,000, you're getting it at $2,000. And then you'll get the love bundle, which is one of my programs that I created just geared towards like toxicity, trust, rebuilding trust, communication. So it's like one of my programs that I designed specifically for that area. And then obviously, since there's no VIP workshop, you're not going to get that because we already did that. But what I am going to offer for anyone who signs up just today only, in addition to getting it for $2,000 instead of $3,000, getting the love bundle, getting the affirmation cards, you're also going to get a one-on-one call with me. So we'll get that booked in over the next 3 months. that's an amazing give, because the group is amazing, but you're going to have moments where you're like, I just want Crystal to myself. I just want to pick her brain. I just want her help. I want to ask questions. So you're going to want that added bonus. So if you sign up today, you will get that. If you're a returner, remember there's a returning price. So don't sign up with the link that is sent today. Charlotte, I know I said come on until about 10, but if you're able to send the link, you can put that in the chat at this point. And so my question to you is, will you be next? I've helped over 180 women walk through my group programs and do this work with me. I'm not new to this. I love this work. This work is my baby. I take it very seriously. I invest a lot of time, energy, and money to make it the best experience for you. And so my question to you is, what's holding you back? Is it fear? Is it fear of getting vulnerable? Is it fear of facing yourself? Is it fear of other people maybe getting to know your secrets? Is it fear you might not change? Maybe you're a junkie like me and you're someone who buys every course, every program that's out there. And you're like, how is this one going to work different? I normally don't show up, or I don't do the work. Is it time? You feel like you're not sure if you can fit the time in. Is it money? You're not sure if you're able to come up with $2,000, which, by the way, we do have a payment plan. So keep that in mind. You can break it up as well. Is it support? Do you feel like you won't have someone to watch your kids, or maybe your partner is not going to support you investing the money? Whatever is coming up for you as the but, I want you to anchor back into those things that you wrote down. And I want you to ask yourself, if not now, then when? Because I want you to remember that you are the only thing. It's nothing outside of you. There's nothing circumstantial outside of you that's going to change for you to be able to say yes. Excuse me. So I just want you to sit with that and ask yourself, are you going to be the next one who steps in, who does her playbook? Like all of these, this is only a fraction of the ladies, but I just try to pull some faces to just like put a face to it. You heard tons of testimonies. Oops, sorry, you heard tons of testimonies today, but yeah, you know, will you be next? The choice is yours. I hope you will. I hope you join us. Let me exit this. We begin next week. So this time next week, we will be right here, same place, just different code. So if you sign up, you'll get the actual Zoom code for her playbook season 5, and it's go time. We will dive in and we are going to conquer all of the things that we touched on today. And so what I would like to do, because I know I said we weren't going to go the whole 90 minutes, and we did, and I apologize for not keeping my word on that. But for those of you who are able to stay, thank you. And I should have just kept it 90 minutes because this is the reality of what we are going to be creating every week. But I am going to stay on for a few minutes to just answer any questions. So if you're already knowing you're in, tell us in the chat so we can celebrate you. I know some of you on the call are already signed up, so please celebrate yourself in the chat. But if you're someone who is like, I'm in, put I'm in the chat so we can celebrate. And if you're on the fence, make sure that you use this time right now to just ask your question. And then when you log off, if you don't sign up, remember that it's going to go back up to the 2,997. The best I will do, if you like call me or get in touch, I'll give you the 500 off. I always want to give people some incentive to sign up, but so if you reach out to me directly and you have the courage to just reach out after today, it'll go up to the 2,500 if you reach out. Otherwise, if you buy it off of the website, it's 2,997. But today, just get in, just go figure it out. If your enrollment comes in within, the next 24 hours, or by this time tomorrow, we're going to give you those bonuses. We're going to give you the bundle, the affirmation cards, the $1,000 off, and the one-on-one call with me. So join us, step in, don't wait. If you're on Instagram, DM me if you want the code, because obviously I didn't put the link there, but if you want the code to sign up so that you can take advantage of today's bonuses, please just send me a DM so that I can, I keep dropping you guys, sorry, so I can get that to you. But with that being said, I am complete on my end, and I'm just going to open it up if anybody has any questions. No. Okay. Let me see who, all right. Because I know some of you guys are already signed up. Okay, so last call, going once, going twice. I'm proud of us for at least ending at the 30 minutes. But if nothing else, if there's no questions, just get in touch with me. If like the money concerns you, I've helped so many people cross that money line. So just reach out and let's get you supported. But I'm excited. I can't wait either, Cheryl. I'm happy to have you. Can't wait to see you there, Tiffany, Tahira. I hope you join us. I love seeing you come on. Athena, Alex, Maria, I think that might still be you. I'm happy you're coming. So yeah, I will be in touch with you all then, and I can't wait to see who steps in by next Tuesday. Bye, everybody. Thank you. Thanks for getting on. Bye.